What kind of fishes live in deep sea? What kinds of fish live in the deep sea that has a depth of more than 200 meters? In the deep sea, there is no light. There are low temperatures in the water and a high pressure of water, so it is not a good place for fish to live. For this reason, living things that live in these deep waters have changed their figure and color of their bodies to adapt. For example, they have big eyes, so they can find their food seeing it's so dark. On the other hand, some fish don't have any eyes. A gulper or a frogfish, which live in these deep waters, have big mouths, which enables them to eat food bigger than themselves. There are many kinds of fish that have scaring teeth curved inside like a ghost fish. They never miss their food. Also, some living things send out light, like an axefish or a jellyfish. Isn't it surprising that these animals living in the deep sea had to adapt? What animals can you see in a remote mountain? What animals are living in a remote mountain besides a dog or cat familiar with us? The first one is a tiger, which represents Asia. It lives in a tropical region or forest where are many trees and hunts a wild boar, deer, or bear for food. A wild rabbit which inhabits on Wild Mountain, which has 500 meters of height above the sea, moves in the morning and night. It is harmful to forest or crops, but the number of it is decreasing with a row. Natural enemy is usually a carnivorous animal. A raccoon also can be seen in a remote mountain. It sleeps in forest or under a rock or in hole under a tree or cave, and when it darks, it comes out to hunt a rat, frog, snake, a kind of earthworm, or eats insects and fruits. You can also see a snake you are afraid of. When it catches its food bigger than itself, it kills its food with poison from its teeth. Therefore, you must be careful when you climb a mountain. What does a president do? Every country has a president who represents his/her country. He/she does many works. At first, he/she puts important policies in operation, like diplomacy, national defense and unification, and so on. Or he/she also can decide them by plebiscite. If a country is in emergency situation, he/she can issue an order. He/she carries out law as the greatest ruler who leads the administration and controls and commands the national army, as a person who has the greatest prerogative of supreme command in the national army. Also, he/she has a right that he/she can appoint someone to the prime minister or ministers of each part. He/she can hand up law which need to people in his/her thought and convene a special session of the assembly. On the side of judicature, a president can appoint someone to the Chief Justice, Supreme Court Justice, and Judge of the Constitutional Court, and so on. With agreement of Congress, he/she can lighten the meting out of sentences or release criminals. The duty of president is different according to constitution of each country, but usually it can be like this: observance of constitution, inhibition of selling products, ban for holding more than one office or duty of integrity, and so on. The role of president is important to collect opinions of people and decide and handle important matters of country. What is the most famous army? The national defense of one country is very important, so the role of a country's can't be ignored. Army is a state organ that uses military strength under a command system. In primitive society, every man and woman fought for own country, but the form of army has changed. Then, what army is famous? The first one is Roma Army Corps. Strategic of shock troops that Alexander controls, logistics which operated when Pyrrhus rules his country, and systemicity of Romans contributed to them. They became the most powerful infantry, mastering various tactics before modern time. Another powerful troop is Mounted Party, which Genghis Khan led in Mongolia. It is a light horse regiment. It built the biggest empire in history. What about today? Today, the America troop is famous. Unlike Europe, which turned ruin due to 2 times of World War, it have kept its country safely and became the most strong troop on the base of development of industry. Anyway, I hope that wars won't be broken anymore.